It pleases me that my final duty for this ceremony is to introduce Joseph Marion of Hettinger, North Dakota, as the speaker of the class of 2012, a very recent graduate of Concordia College. Joe majored in chemistry and biology with a minor in classical studies. At Concordia, Joe has been a Mayo Innovations Scholar Team member, an orientation leader, and a campus service commissioner. For those of you who know the Myers-Briggs test, he notes that he is a proud ISTJ. If you don't know the test, that means he's a reflective person who pays attention to detail and gets things done. One of the things he has gotten done is to be accepted into medical school. He will start at the University of Nebraska this fall. I know Joe Marion for his achievements. I also know him as one of the most thoughtful students I have met this year about the experience of college. Join me now in welcoming 2012 Concordia alumnus Joseph Marion.
All right. Everyone, go Cobs on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Cobs! Nice. Thank you. Good afternoon, class of 2012. How are you doing? Faculty, staff, administrators, family, friends, graduates, cobbers, lend me your ears. I've been waiting a long time to use that one. Thank you. Today, I awoke with the most unusual feeling. Now, I know you didn't come here expecting to have to do any math, but if I could describe that feeling, I would say it is like that feeling you get when you get that email saying that your 8 a.m. class has been canceled, plus the feeling you get when you finish your last final, multiplied by the feeling you get when you make awkward eye contact with that good-looking cobber in DS, minus the feeling you get when you get that cool, misty shower as you walk by Prexy's Pond. Now, for those of you with an interdisciplinary calculator in your head, that equation adds up to today. Now, before I get too far, I'd like to broadly thank everyone who helped me here to get to where I am today. More specifically, I'd like to thank Kelsey Johnson for being my English go-to expert, for President Kraft for allowing me to speak today and for letting me sit in his chair earlier. And I'd also like to thank this guy right here. And now I know some of you know that I've had mixed feelings about that little piece of gold. And now, for my friends in chemistry, that is elemental symbol AU, atomic number 79. And for my friends in classical studies, that's aurum in Latin. Now, during my first 2 years here, I was really excited about getting the cobber ring, as many of you were. And as we became juniors, I put it off until the end of the year, only to put it in the top drawer of my dresser, never to look at it. Recently, I took it out of its box, stared it deep in the ruby, and thought about what it meant to me. Now, among other things that came to my mind, the word education was the one that stuck out. We all came here to be educated in some way. For many of us, we are leaving here with different plans than we came with. But the fact of the matter is that we came here expecting professors, lectures, papers, and homework. And that is exactly what we got. I think we are all familiar with the late-night study session, writing papers with blurry eyes into the wee hours of the morning, having a long-standing relationship with Carl B. And of course, the ever-stimulating lecture with one of our beloved professors. Although we received the education we expected from professors, lectures, papers, and homework, the ring has much more to tell us about education. If we look at the people who proceeded in with us today, we see the faces of faculty and staff. But more importantly, we see the faces of coaches, mentors, and friends. When we were freshmen, these were the people whose offices we approached timidly, only to one day sit in those same offices as if they were our own. These are the people who advised us more on a bad breakup than they have with our academic careers. These are the people we are officially Facebook friends with. These are the people whose families we have met and become a part of. And most importantly, these are the people who we stood side by side as we took sandbagging 111, 227, and 365, nearly completing a minor in flood protection. These are the people who have grown to view us as peers, in turn, for nurturing our growth into what we are today. These are the people that provided us with an education even when they didn't mean to. Graduates, now I ask you to look to either side of you, in front of you, look all around you. What do we all have in common? All right, we're all wearing these black gowns and these goofy hats, but more importantly, your Kaba ring has brothers and sisters, and it's from these siblings that we have learned the most. I think back to the first time I met Kyle Check at summer orientation, only to become good friends and roommates with him. To sitting in the hallway of second floor Livedalen with Alex MacArthur, the future all-star of the forensics team. To crushing the future president of the student body, Tyler Duggar, in a one-on-one game of basketball. To canoeing the boundary waters with sustainability pioneers Nathaniel Cook and Shane Sessions. To going to church on Sundays with Sarah Adam. To skiing Big Sky with 20 of the greatest nerds Concordia has to offer, most notably Emily Lichty. And finally, just putting my time in at the office with my closest friends, Zach Lundgren and Travis Sporey. Speaking of the office, I understand that there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and it must be done tonight. I expect to see you all there. Now, when I look at this ring, I don't see the long nights of studying organic chemistry or writing global literature papers, or even those beautiful spring days spent inside with a desk full of books. Rather, I think of the people, the memories, and the experience that has made this ring possible today and worth wearing tomorrow. Speaking of the people who have made this ring possible, how about the people sitting in the stands around us? I know in my case, at least, they helped me pay for the thing. These are the people who sent us money when we realized we ran out of dining dollars, who brightened our days with care packages, who managed to call at the most inopportune times just to see how we're doing, and who were always there with a delicious home-cooked meal whenever we went home. Although this may be the way we see these people today, we have learned an unimaginable amount from them that has gotten us here. I vividly remember back to high school, sitting at my kitchen table with my parents, talking about my options for college. A quote from that conversation that has stuck with me goes something like this: "I don't care where you go or what you do, just as long as you get an education, because I don't want you to end up like me." Well, Dad, here I am, 4 years later, getting my degree, and I still want to be like you. I want to surround myself with a family that can support me in bad times, but who I can support in the good times. I want to have a strong woman next to me and have a faith so strong that I can put my complete trust in God. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you have taught me about life and love. Graduates, newest alumni, classmates, brothers and sisters, today we celebrate the people we have become because of the education we have received. As we prepare our plans for engaging the affairs of the world, even if it's from our parents' basement for a while. And in true Concordia style, we leave here in much the same way we were brought in, with goofy-looking hats and surrounded by the warm embrace of the Concordia community. Now I ask you to please join me in thanking everyone who has impacted us in getting us here as I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Soli Deo Gloria.
Thank you, Joe, for so delightful a talk. Members of the faculty and the staff, thank you for guiding and challenging these graduates. Every one of us in this room values that work that you do. I want to ask the graduates and the parents and the families to join me in thanking our faculty and staff.